Greetings again to everyone here. Chair, I've got 5 issues that I'm going to raise. I'm going to be very brief due to time, but it's just 5 issues. Firstly, I want to say we've got this delegation from the UK. A few weeks ago, the president of the Economic Freedom Fighters wanted to come to the UK, and your country denied him a visa. He was going there to address students at Cambridge University for their 11th annual African conference. I wanted to ask is it a policy of your country where you stifle debates, especially in an institution of higher learning, where debates should really be encouraged, because it's an institution of higher learning. We assume students at an institution of higher learning have got the right to enter the political debate and look at political dynamics happening all over the world. But not only our president, the entire delegation of the EFF was denied visas, even though they had applied in time. So we're interested to know if you have taken a position as the UK that you are going to sanction leaders of the EFF or any African leaders from coming to your country. I'm really interested in hearing your views on that. Secondly, we have trade agreements between South Africa and the UK. Now, we want to know that is it when you come to invest in South Africa, or when you make trade deals with South Africa as the UK, what do you look at? Is it something you do all over the world, that when you go to countries, you will want to extract their mineral resources, take them as raw as they are, in order to go and build your industries in the UK? I'll give you an example. There's a company operating here in South Africa called Anglo American. It's mining on a daily basis, taking our raw mineral resources outside of South Africa to go and build your industries there in the UK, leaving our communities unemployed, leaving our people in poverty, and damaging our environment. Because once we are done mining and there's no more gold or diamond or platinum for you to mine anymore, you leave the mine and our community becomes more poorer. So what do you think of what the UK is doing when it comes to coming to South Africa and taking our raw mineral resource and going to process it in the UK? Why don't you bring your equipment here in South Africa? If you really are a friend of South Africa and you want to build a relationship with South Africa, bring your equipment here in South Africa, process the mineral resources from here, and they must leave South Africa as finished products instead of them living as a raw mineral resource. Thirdly, South Africa, our relationship with China and Russia. I'll start with China. China is the biggest trade partner of South Africa. It's our biggest trading partner. And as South Africa, I'm sure you will know, or if you don't know, the Minister of International Relations wants the Taiwanese liaison office in Pretoria to be relocated outside of Pretoria, outside of the capital city, because they are in close proximity to the embassy office of China, because South Africa promotes or supports one China policy. So that is where we are. Even as the EFF, we support the one China policy. China should be one, should not be subdivided in order to create conflict in China. So China should just be one country. In terms of Russia, I will say on behalf of the EFF supports Russia in totality. We support Russia because Russia is fighting with Ukraine, because Ukraine is allowing NATO to plot next to them. So if you look at the geography here inside the region, if a country like, for instance, Swaziland or Lesotho or Namibia or Botswana, because of their close proximity to South Africa, if our enemies were to put up military camps next to them, obviously we must put up a fight, because it is going to be easy for us to be attacked as South Africa. So we are in full support of President Vladimir Putin as the EFF. So that's our relationship with Russia, and we strongly believe as the EFF that we should be going to the global south to look for new trade partners, because we have seen that you have seen what America is doing, is trying to bulldoze the rest of the world. Wants to start a trade war, if you like, because of their ridiculous tariffs they are putting on every country they are trading with. So that is where we are. We are saying that as the EFF, South Africa must go to the global south. We must go and start and look for alternative markets. We are saying that we should ensure that our relationship in BRICS, you will know that Russia is with us in BRICS as well as China, in South, as well as South Africa. So we're saying that we should go to BRICS and ensure that we explore the markets of the BRIC countries, as well as ensuring that we go to the entire global south to look for alternative markets outside of the US, so that we are not bulldozed by the US. In fact, we are supporting the position of de-dollarization. The dollar has been used to bulldoze countries with small economies. The dollar has been used to loot and push countries into a corner all over the world. So it should not be really supported by all sundry. So I think, okay, number 4, I wanted to raise with you. What do you make that the monarch in the UK that is now led by Charles, they came to Africa to extract our mineral resources. That entire monarch is built, or was built from the beginning, from the hard labor, or from our mineral resources as Africa. The monarch came here in Africa, looted our mineral resources, and now we saw with the queen, with the crown of one Elizabeth Alexandra, who had a crown made of our mineral resources. So what do you make of that when the monarch of the entire UK is built on our mineral resources? Do you think, or would you support a proposal whereby the UK pays for repatriations on the damage you have caused in the entire African globe? Would you be supporting such a move? If not, do you then support what the UK has done during colonization here in Africa? I want to hear your views on that. And lastly, the issue of South Africa in the ICJ on the case we have brought against the genocidal Israel. As the EFF, we fully support the minister on that case. You will know during the 6th Parliament, it was the Economic Freedom Fighters that tabled a motion to cut all diplomatic ties with genocidal Israel. And that motion received overwhelming support from Parliament, and it was passed in Parliament. Now it's just waiting to be implemented, that we must cut all diplomatic ties with Israel. We strongly believe that what Israel is doing in Palestine is a genocide. If you want to see a genocide, go and look at the images and pictures coming out of Palestine. They've now blocked aid from entering Palestine. They want to render that Gaza region as a strip. It's not a strip, Gaza. It's a whole region which is very rich in terms of mineral resources. We know the purpose of what Israel is doing is to loot mineral resources there in Gaza and to wipe off the Palestinians people off the surface of the earth. And we are not going to support that. So we are supporting the Minister of International Relations and Minister of Justice of South Africa to continue the fight in the International Criminal Court of Justice and ensure that we get victory for the people of Palestine. But we are hoping that all progressive countries all over the world who support the people of Palestine, if indeed they support the people of Palestine, you should be joining hands and join the case there in ICJ and support South Africa in this principled stance of fighting of the people of Israel to stop their genocide. Children are dying in Palestine.